hospital.
Today, those who survived the shooting and those who saved lives came together for a town hall that you'll get to see tomorrow.
It's clear emotions are still running strong after one of the shooting victims was arrested for what he allegedly did during that very town hall. 9 on Your Side's Joel Waldman was there and has more.
This week is one Tucson won't soon forget, especially for those in harm's way at Safeway 8 days ago.
I happened to be shopping and in the store and sort of finished with my shopping and towards the front of the store when it started.
We just went by Ms. Gifford's entourage, and Nancy said, "I'm glad we're not real political so we don't have to stand in line."
But never thought they would end up in the line of fire, narrowly missing bullets whizzing by.
Saw people coming in screaming that they had shot Congresswoman Gifford.
Never occurred to me in Tucson, Arizona that somebody was out there with a gun shooting people.
But it was happening right here, in earshot of St. Odelia Church, site of the taping of This Week with Christiane Amanpour. The show wanted to pick up where Congresswoman Gifford's left off, continuing a town hall discussion just like Congress on the Corner that continued to open up some still very raw emotion.
I do remember looking over and seeing Christina, and she was quite excited about meeting the Congresswoman, jumping up and down, and unfortunately she never made it.
Some clearly could not be saved, like Judge John Roll, who Nurse Nancy Bowman was working on.
I still have nightmares about leaving him, and at the time I had no idea who he was. He was just a man who was mortally wounded.
Gone but not forgotten, this doctor and nurse husband and wife team began treating those who will never forget.
This was really an impromptu triage that was set up.
Exactly. He took that triage role immediately. He's been a former ambulance driver way back in his distant past, and he just assumed that role right away.
Even some victims jumped into action.
Fortunately, my arm was up over her head. I got it right here. And
so you actually got a bullet wound to your arm.
Yeah.
All to save his wife.
And I turned around and the shooting started. I thought it was firecrackers at first. I quickly looked to my right and saw the shooter with his gun coming right at us. So I turned, and my wife was, by this time, I was about a foot away from my wife, 2 feet away from my wife. Took her and I threw her down, got on top of her and covered her head.
This week tried to sort out this week, and veteran host Christiane Amanpour wanted to know what everyone's lasting impression would be. So we turned the interviewer into the interviewee and asked her the same question.
What will your lasting impression be?
My lasting impression will be first the humanity of what happened, and in fact the inhumanity of what happened, but built on that, the incredible, indomitable human spirit that Tucson has displayed.
On display, too, was something no one ever expected at a town hall where one of the primary points had to do with recognizing various sorts of warning signs. This man, Safeway shooting victim James Fuller, suddenly became a suspect when he threatened a Tea Party audience participant by taking his picture and shouting out, "You're dead." Outside, Fuller was full of words for the Pima County Sheriff's deputies walking him away.
I have an injured leg. Could you slow down a little bit? You're not in any hurry, are you? No, sir.
Back inside, nerves stayed frayed with another unexpected interruption during our interview.
Everybody did what they could. Some people...
A falling display displaying just how shaken some still are.
You're really on edge right now.
Well, you know, when you realize how close you were to being right there where the gunshots were going off. I mean, we were maybe 90 seconds away from standing exactly where Judge Roll was.
Seconds in this week no one will likely soon forget. Joel Waldman, KGUN9 On Your Side.
Pima County sheriffs say Fuller will be charged with threats, intimidation, and disorderly conduct. Trent Humphreys tells 9 on Your Side that he will also press charges. He